Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Tomb Raider, and we are actually approaching the final level of Peru, the Tomb of Qualopec. Now, the Tomb of Qualopec is, again, relatively straightforward, not quite a little maze. Actually, think back, it's somewhat similar to Village of Vilcabamba, but first and foremost... First and foremost, you want to trigger this trap now. Just get it out of the way now. You will thank me later.
Is that one of those traps where it's like endless boulders will keep coming down, or is it one and done?
No, it's just one and done.
Okay, good. Realistic.
There's no endless boulder traps in this.
Not that bullshit like in Breath of the Wild or in Futaba's dungeon or Persona 5. Come on.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but no, wouldn't that be some bullshit? It's like you go through one boulder, you take the closest clear, and the next thing you know, like the moment you get back into the hallway, a second one appears. It's like, fuck!
Alright, so as you can see, that area where, the boulder was originally was, like, if you saw in the camera angle there, that's actually the room of the artifact that we're looking for, but it's blocked off, so we need to go find our way around.
Oh, God!
Why are there raptors? Where is their subsistence? What are they eating?
Probably each other. I can only assume that they're eating each other, because that's what dinosaurs do.
They live long, healthy lives.
No, they eat other dinosaurs, not their own kind, especially raptors, who may I remind, are pack dinosaurs. They hunt in packs. They need to be in a large group so they can keep the advantage. If they start eating each other, that'll completely destroy the point of, their whole point of survival.
That is true.
Yeah.
Look up on YouTube. Raptors versus Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Alright, so, lo and behold, we now have spike traps.
Oh, boy.
Spikes?
Spikes!
Yeah, so that lever up there, like you saw that it, moved the block and everything. I'm not quite ready to, move that block quite yet.
What is this, a giant checkers board?
Okay, so, nope, we gotta go up here. Yeah, so as I was originally saying before, the Tomb of Qualopec plays very similar to, the Village of Vilcabamba, where, we're gonna go into these 3 rooms to basically unlock a series of doors to to basically go for the relic. So, it's one of those, alright, you go in one area, it dumps you back out into the middle of, where you were, so now let's go through the next area, it dumps you back in, it's one of those.
Okay.
Although, obviously, there is a lot more dangers this time around.
Ow. She kind of slams against the wall when she does that. God damn it. Now I kind of imagine whenever she does that, there's just 2 pointed holes like imprinted into the wall.
My nips.
I don't think it's so much her nips, so much as her knees.
I mean, honestly, her entire model's pointy enough. I'm sure something will pierce the wall. God damn it.
Yeah, I know. But still.
Again, behold the power of PlayStation.
Yeah. But you would think, with, how her body is, literally when she catches herself, or when she, she catches herself, or she goes she catches a wall or something, it's you look at, how her body falls. That's where that's, if anything, it's ow, your knees? That's for me, that's where I'm just ow.
Yeah, she must have some.
To me, that's what hurts.
She must have some serious damage for not to hurt that much.
Alright,
so. Okay, now we're ready to press that switch. Because before we wanted to do it to move, to move, the one column. Now we're gonna move that there. basically, all of this is to just give us some platforms to be able to jump across. And this is where now it's time to be careful about timing your jumps because, yeah, if you don't jump at just the right angle, you are landing in that spike pit.
Fairly certain that's not the kind of penetration Lara Croft wants in her life.
But,
Also, taking a closer look at the, at how Laura's moving, is this game have tank controls?
Yeah.
I don't know if I would necessarily describe it as tank controls. Because, I mean, she moves pretty freely.
Yeah,
it also looks like her turning is rather sluggish.
I noticed that, like, in the
is that a mummy?
The
hell?
Yeah, that's... Yeah, a 2D polygonal mummy.
Yeah. No, it's like, I kind of noticed that, like, in the first part or whatnot, when Lara Croft was trying to position herself before she was about to climb up or jump off, like, another ledge or whatnot. Yeah, it's like, the only way she could turn was, like, she had to stay in that one spot.
Right, I mean, it's like, it's like, I wouldn't necessarily say tank controls, because, I mean, when you're running and everything, I mean, it's like I said, you're running pretty freely. I mean, it's just when you press forward, she's running forward. You're not like, you don't have to hold down buttons or anything. Like, the only time, like, she naturally runs. So if you want to walk, yes, now is where you have to hold a button. But she just naturally runs.
Really?
Yeah. That being said, though, it's like, the sluggish turning, it's like, yeah, I can see where you're coming from, because, yeah, the turning is a little bit sluggish, but, again, this is just the first game. Even though, like, the other games, they do follow, like, at least the classic Tomb Raiders, they follow that same, control pattern and everything. Basically, I do feel like later games, they are a lot smoother. Even if they follow the same controls. Well, we have no choice.
Fuck!
Yeah, that's why it's like, collapsible floor with a lever and everything. So you can be like, oh, I'm gonna go push the lever. Next thing you know, floor collapses and you're getting ambushed by wolves. So it's like, oh, it's a trap.
Okay, I'm kind of worried right now, because, kind of going off topic from the game, but, like, we're recording this, like, at the time, kind of during the calm of Hurricane Harvey, I live in Houston, so my home was kind of in the middle of that. Like, our house is okay, but right now I'm currently hearing helicopters outside my window.
Oh god.
Oy.
So I'm kind of wondering, did something happen nearby? Oh dear.
You have no idea, man. But I mean, that's like, lock and load just in case. Cause man, you never frickin' know. I mean, let alone, I mean, there's gonna be massive recovery and everything, but I mean, it's like, once things calm down, and at least the weather's calmed down and everything, that's where it's like, oh boy, that's when it's gonna get rough.
As awful as Hurricane Harvey was, I think probably one of my favorite gags that people came up with regarding it was that, if you live in Houston, if you're a guy living in Houston, you're not automatically gay because you were just blown by Harvey.
God
Okay.
damn it.
Which may I add, actually, I think this was actually a discussion there. I think I remember the Game Grumps having at one point. I think it was the Game Grumps. I forget. But, would you guys really say, I think this is actually probably an obvious answer, but I'm fairly certain, even if you do what's considered a gay act, that doesn't automatically make you gay.
No,
Like,
I'm not.
Like, I consider myself demisexual hetero, which means that I can only be sexually attracted to women that I have a strong emotional attachment to.
Yeah,
but,
so, heterosexual and madly in love. You know,
but
that makes sense to me. That's kind.
Well, I mean, but strictly those that I'm madly in love with. Like, there are people, like, normal heterosexual is that people, you can be sexually attracted to anyone you want. Like to any, any person of the opposite gender that you see that you just find sexually attractive. I just don't find anybody sexually attractive unless I care about them a whole bunch. Regardless, that's not the point. What the point I'm getting is, like, even if I were to say, like, get blown by a dude, or if I were to blow a dude, like, that wouldn't, I don't, like, that's a gay act, but that wouldn't automatically make me gay, because because that's not my sexual orientation.
It's like, wouldn't that at least make you bi?
Well, no, that wouldn't, because it's not like, it's one of those things where it's like, the act itself doesn't determine what you are, it's what your actual orientation is. Like, you can still do I guess it really just depends on what it is it's one of those, I'm trying to think of a better example.
It's basically how you feel towards that particular ad. Like, say, if you enjoyed getting blown by a dude.
Yeah, if you actually if that was actually something you enjoyed and actually got turned on by, then yeah, that would make you gay or bisexual or whatever. But if you did it, but it didn't do anything for you, like you did it just for the experience, but it didn't actually do anything for you, like you just didn't enjoy it or you didn't care, like that would mean that you're not gay or bi or whatever.
Yeah. yeah. No, I see what you're saying.
It's like, I'm trying to think of like another proper example. It's like one of those things where it's like, because obviously doing certain acts does turn you into certain things. Like, if you kill a guy, you're a murderer. That just turns you into a murderer. Or like if you do something that's bigoted or racist, that turns you into a bigot or a racist. Doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah.
But it's like,
What about like, yeah, I just shot a mummy. What does that make Lara if she shoots a mummy?
a desecrator, I guess? But I mean, like, it's one of those things where it's like, okay, here's an example I kind of just thought of. I can bake cookies, but that doesn't make me a baker. Like,
I guess so.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Or like, I can...
Yeah, watch out. Those things can fall on your head and kill you, and hence why I said, trigger the boulder trap now, because if you don't, that boulder is coming right after you.
Oh, God.
Is she bleeding there?
Nope. Somebody is shooting at me.
What the hell?
So, you might remember this guy from the intro cutscene. Like, his name is Larson.
Yeah, with the laptop?
Yeah. Yep, so... Alrighty, that's pretty much the end of the level, but before then, we have pretty much a little cutscene to end it all.
Well, you have my total attention now. I'm not quite sure if I've got yours, though. Hello?
I'll heal and hide you to a barn door yet.
Of course.
Who the fuck talks like this? That's actually one of the few criticisms I actually have about this game, is the script itself. I mean, there are just some lines that it's like, who talks like this?
I'm sorry.
Why'd you have to go and shoot me in the leg right there? That was very inappropriate.
And where is that?
That guy has a long-ass neck.
So you think all this talking is just holding me up?
I don't know where his little jackrabbit frog legs are running him to. You'll have to ask Miss Natla.
Miss Natla.
Wow.
Thank you.
Also, ow.
I will.
Yeah, so somehow she knew he was going for the gun right behind her. I don't know how, but okay. So
she has spider sense, of course.
Yep. So yep, ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of the Peru level. So yes, we found the artifact that we were pretty much hired to find. Problem is, it's only a piece of the artifact. There are actually 3 pieces. And that's pretty much going to be the bulk of this game. So the next set of levels, we're going after the second piece, which, as Larson said, we're also basically going to be going after this piece along with another person that Natla has hired, Pierre Dupont. So join us next week as we basically cover the next set of levels in Greece.